Hi everyone, welcome back to this series of Agile questions, ideal for practicing for your PMP exam, your Agile Certified Practitioner exam, or even just for checking the knowledge within your team and having a little bit of fun. We've got a whole bunch of a little bit easier questions to ease you into Agile for this one. It's going to be really great. Let's check them out. You're walking through the next feature with the product owner in an Agile team. He is new to Agile and unsure of what Kanban really is. He lists a few things for you to check. Which of the below is not one of the core properties of Kanban? All right, let's check it out. Visualize the workflow and limit the work in progress. Yes, that's what we want to do on our Kanban board. We only want to take on so much. And then if something is blocked, we want to swarm around that and fix it and unblock it so that we can keep that work flowing through our team. Manage flow. That's flowing through the team, and enabling pull. So we're only pulling new work onto the board when there's room because we're limiting that work in progress. I like that one too. Implement feedback loops and improve collaboratively, 100%. I think, although, is that more Scrum? I mean, it definitely is Agile overall. Let's see what the last one is. Follow procedures and don't deviate from the plan. Okay, that one's definitely not the core property of Kanban. So it's good that we're improving collaboratively and using feedback loops as well. Really part of the Agile approach, gathering that feedback, trying to improve, and really improving constantly so that we're getting better all the time. The incorrect answer being the correct answer is answer D. Kanban is a method borrowed from the Toyota production system, or Lean. It focuses on limiting the work in progress so that the work is focused and ensures feedback loops are in place, making the work visible so blockages are clear. Exactly what we were just talking about. And that's a really powerful part of Agile that you will come across. All right, that was a good one to start with. You're working on an Agile team, on an Agile project as an Agile project manager. You have been working using Kanban to monitor the work and keep it visible for all to see. What is not a defining principle of Kanban? Oh, good, we get to look at more. So now we can really get a good view of Kanban over these first two questions. Okay, start with the current state and respect the current process. I wonder, maybe? Agree to pursue incremental evolutionary change? Definitely. We're constantly wanting feedback. Lead at all levels? Yes, definitely leading at all levels. Directive leadership over wasteful team participation. Directive leadership, as we know, that's not the way in Agile team. It's servant leadership where we're serving the team by growing the team and removing blockers for them to do their work, for us all to do our work. So the incorrect answer being the correct answer here. Let's go with answer D. Kanban, like Agile itself, encourages team participation over directive leadership. It keeps the work visible and makes blockers clear. It makes them stand out. We actually want to see problems so that we can swarm around them and fix them. We're not afraid of problems. We don't want to hide them. We want them to be out in the open. And it helps everyone assist in removing them and keep that work flowing through the team. That's part of the power, and that's part of why Agile works so well. All right. Great work, guys. Well, we're really getting through these ones. All right. Oh, and it's where Agile came from. I love these questions. So in 2001, a group of individuals representing the most widely used lightweight software development methodologies agreed on a common set of practices, values, and principles, which became known as the Agile Manifesto that we all know and love. This is where it all started from back in 2001. Which of the following is one of the Agile Manifesto's core values? All right, directive leading over servant leadership. No, we want servant leadership, as we said. Working software over comprehensive documentation. Oh yes, 100%. We're releasing features that can be used, that the customer can see, feel, and touch. We don't want to write a manual about it. We actually want to release a working feature instead, or a part of the software. This is part of the power. So making large useful features over making small increments. No, we want to be releasing small increments. So not that one. And pushing work through quickly over limiting work in progress. As we've seen with our Kanban questions, we do want to limit the work in progress, and we want to work on small pieces of work, not big ones. All of the small pieces eventually become a big feature or a big piece of work. So the best answer here is working software over comprehensive documentation, answer B. and that's part of the Agile Manifesto. So there are 4 core value statements, one of which is that one that we've said, and that's great. That's another great start to our question set. Wow, all right, let's see what we've got next. You've joined a new project team. Okay, this sounds like a scenario-based question, which is going to be awesome. You'll see this sort of thing on your exam. Now we're moving to an agile way of work. Part of this is co-locating the team to gain the benefit of osmotic communication. Your project sponsor asks what this means. What do you tell them? And we've covered this in a couple of other videos. Do you remember, or have you seen this before, osmotic communication? The team is able to meet more frequently? No. I mean, yes, that helps, but that's not the definition of osmosis. It's easier to hand off work to someone if it meets their strengths. I don't think we're going to go with that one at all. We actually want to reduce handoffs, if we're being honest. So we want something to stay with someone, because as soon as we hand it off to someone else, they have to take time to get up to speed on it. Multitasking has been shown to actually reduce the efficiency because we're having to get up to speed on each new section that we're starting with, that we're multitasking on. So anyway, that's a bit of information behind that one. It's a written process made available to everyone in the team for transparency. No. Again, we want interactions over processes as part of Agile, don't we? And lastly, the team will overhear conversations and information in the common area that will help them solve future problems. This is the exact definition. And this is why co-locating is really powerful, because we'll just pick up information by osmosis. It will be happening around us. We'll overhear that information, and that will help us solve future problems. So let's go with answer D. And there it is. It's the accidental overhearing of background information that may later end up being important. And that's part of the benefit to co-locating in an Agile team. Well done, guys. All right, next question. You're working in an Agile team and you are not co-located. All right, this is really good. They are in various locations around the country. As the Agile lead, how will you get the benefit of Agile without a co-located team? All right, can we utilize group messaging? Yes. Daily teleconference stand-ups? Yes. Electronic Kanban and backlog? Yes. Yeah, all of those things. And these are the Agile principles or tools and processes and practices without being, in the one place. It still can be done. It's not as good, but it definitely can be done. Ask the organization to relocate the team. I mean, that would be ideal, but it's not always feasible, is it? So it's not always possible. So that's a maybe. Hire or find new team members from within the organization who are in the same place. Now, I mean, you may not have all of the skills that you need in the one place. You might need to go outside the organization. You might need to go outside the country. You may need to go outside your city. Either way, we would be limiting ourselves if we only, sometimes if we only did it in the one place. So that's something to consider. That's a maybe as well. And remove all meetings so people can focus on their work without distraction. No. So I think we're going to try and roll with this and try and help. And let's go with answer A, because we're using these tools and practices to help communication, even though we're not in the same place. Answer A, there it is. It may not be feasible to move entire teams or even to hire new ones. Utilizing the many electronic options so your team can still get the benefit of frequent contact is the most cost-effective approach. That's something good to be aware of. All right, that was a good question too. Now we've only got a couple to go, so you're doing so great. Let's get into it. You're leading an Agile team that has team members in various locations. Oh wow, this is great. So this is a really good core piece of information that we can get a lot of knowledge on during these question sets. You've arranged daily stand-ups via phone with electronic Kanban and backlogs, but the team is not able to meet face-to-face. What else will you do to help the team, to increase the team working together and getting to know each other? All right, have a team board with their backgrounds and pictures. That can help, that's one way. Swap roles throughout the team so each team member gets a feel for what others do. We don't really want to be swapping roles. We might want to be helping other people or teaming up. Let's see what else we've got. Pair up team members to work on tasks. Oh, that's exactly what we were saying. And rotate those pairs for each feature. So now we've got people pairing up Anne and Jacob, for example, and then two other people, and then they can swap around. So people are getting to know each other, and they're helping each other. So I think that's a really good one. And pair programming in general is a concept from Agile, from extreme programming, where we're actually pairing up. One person will code, one person will check, but it could be for any role, really. It doesn't just have to be for developing or programming. Lastly, have a virtual lunch and learn where team members share something about themselves. Again, pretty good, but from an Agile perspective, let's team up and start working together, even though we're not in the same place. Answer C, and there it is. Pair programming is a common technique in Agile and can be used for most tasks. Pairing up team members on a task or iteration gives them the opportunity to talk and work with each other one-on-one. That was really good. All right, let's go into the next question. You're doing great. You are showing up to the project sponsor around the team area for your Agile project, and you see the burndown chart next to the team Kanban board. The project sponsor asks what the chart tells you. What will you say? So what the burndown chart tells us. It shows how many team members are moving on and off the project? No. It's the velocity or the flow of work through the team from what we promised to do to what was completed at the end of the iteration. So it shows the remaining tasks versus what was planned, potentially. It shows the automated tests run as part of continuous integration? No. It shows the return on investment for delivered features? No. So the one that matches up with that description the best is answer B, remaining tasks that were planned for a given iteration. Let's go with answer B. Great. A burndown chart is a line chart showing the iteration tasks completed versus what was planned over the iteration. The same idea can be used for features over the life of a project, or even risks within the project itself, and can be measured in any way you choose by hours, tasks, cards, or stories completed, as long as the team agrees on that way of work. Well done, guys. All right, let's get into the next question. We're nearly up to 10. We're going to be doing 10 questions. Great way to prepare for your exam. So let's see what we've got. You're working through the feature backlog with the functional manager of the organization, who is also the product owner for your Agile team. And you will see this happen quite a lot. They have a normal day job, but yes, they also are the product owner because they have that expertise of the business area that we're delivering value to. So this is quite good. They ask about the velocity chart that is hanging in the team area. What do you tell them that this is? It's the number of points, tasks, or features completed by the team in each iteration. Yes, I like that one already, so that's probably a good one. The number of team members working on the Agile project? No, not that one. That's not our velocity. It's how much work we can do on average that we've seen over the last few iterations. How fast each team member completes their work each day. This is more of a team thing. It's not just for one team member. The speed with which the project budget is being used up. We might feed this into the project budget, but it's not specifically about the team budget. And usually with our velocity chart, it can be a bar chart, and we'll have what was planned and what was actually done for each iteration. So we might plan this much, maybe we did this much. So it can be a simple bar chart, very, very simple. And now we can see on average how much we're completing, and then we can try and plan around that. We can plan to that average each iteration. That's how we use the velocity chart. All right, answer A. The team velocity is the amount of work a team can complete in a given iteration, whether it's measured by points, hours, story cards, tasks, or the features themselves, or anything else you agree upon as a team. The velocity chart therefore shows the number of whatever unit of measure you choose per iteration. Very powerful stuff and really essential for our iteration planning. For planning the next iteration, we know how much we can complete. Let's not overburden our team and let's put it around that average. Well done, guys. Last 2 questions. You're doing great. In 2001, oh good, it's another where Agile came from. I love these. Okay, these are nice ones to get into as well, aren't they? A group of individuals representing the most widely used lightweight software development methodologies agreed on a common set of values and principles, which became known as our Agile Manifesto. Which of the following is one of the manifesto's core values? Let's have a look. Developer negotiation. No, we want to avoid negotiation. We want to respond to change. So product owner interaction over Scrum Master delegation, that's not what we're looking for as well. Customer collaboration over contract negotiation, and that's exactly what we're saying. We're wanting to collaborate with our customer, who we're delivering the value to. If they say, look, or if we need a discussion around, we need some change here, then we need to respond to that change instead of writing into a contract that we're never going to change anything and then just delivering something that actually doesn't fit the customer now that they've seen it and they can actually use it and now they have that feedback. So this is so important, and it's part of the power of working in an Agile methodology or an Agile way as well. Getting things right over getting the right things. Both of these are important, and sometimes we need to adjust, and that's the point. We want to collaborate instead of locking things down, and we want to change where we need to and where we can. Let's go with answer C. The Agile Manifesto is made up of 4 core values, one of which is customer collaboration over contract negotiation. And we've made it to the last question. Well done. Here it is. Let's see what we've got. Oh, and it's a life cycle question. Really powerful, because Agile won't fit every situation. We can love Agile, and yes, it's good, but sometimes we need to be aware that we need to use a different methodology because that actually might fit better. So let's see what we've got here. You're working with your project team in a way that ensures you analyze the requirements, then design, build, and test for those requirements, repeating them until the product is correct, and adjusting your product or approach as necessary before releasing in one large feature. Which project lifecycle are you using? So the trick here is we're responding to change, iterating, but we're still only releasing in one large feature. Waterfall actually just plans up front and doesn't change, but an iterative approach has one release, but we're iterating towards that release. So we're gathering feedback, doing prototypes, and adjusting as we need to. So for this one, it's not predictive, not agile, not even incremental. It is our iterative approach. Answer D. The iterative project lifecycle analyzes, designs, tests, builds, and repeats these activities until it is correct, then delivers in one release. Incremental delivers small increments of value, for example, features that we're releasing. And Agile is a combination of iterative and incremental. Predictive does one release with no feedback usually. And we've made it to our 10 questions. You've made it through the 10 questions. You're preparing for your exam, and I truly believe that you will pass your exam because you're working so hard and learning so much about Agile and all of the different methods in project management. I truly do believe in you, and I know you can do it. I'll see you in the next videos. Bye for now.